Addressing the challenges confronting Caribbean ports is undeniably daunting. Yet, Darwin Telemaque, the general manager of the Antigua and Barbuda Port Authority, made it seem remarkably achievable during his impactful presentation at the AfriCaribbean Trade and Investment Forum in Grenada this week. As a participant in the panel discussion, Telemaque illuminated the often overlooked role of our ports, describing them not merely as functional spaces, but as vital economic catalysts that are frequently marginalized in our islands. He emphasized the critical truth: for trade to flourish between the Caribbean and Africa, our ports must be revitalized and prioritized. The message was clear. Investment in our ports is not just necessary, it's imperative for achieving efficient trade and driving economic growth in the region. Meanwhile, Telemaque made several recommendations for shipping goods from Africa to the Caribbean, which the panelists and other leaders in the maritime business found very plausible.
Africa has the capacity to build ships for the world. So where are those ships? Africa. It is using Africa that helps us. We're too small to be that engine that energizes Africa. So Africa has to come alive and create its own capacity, and then it helps us. And then we can be that bridge that we're speaking of here that gives you access to a bigger, better place because we are where we are. So God placed us here to bring the big thing home, which is you. Create the capacity, we will give you access. So that's the first thing.
Meanwhile, Telemaque says the African continent have been giving out our ports all its life, another major setback for trade between the Caribbean and Africa.
We don't own our ports. The African continents have been giving away the ports to DP World, AP Moller, Hutchinson's. So our facilities, we first gave away the ships, and now the ports are being given out by smart men in suits coming out to pretend that they can operate a port better than us. If you want to start a terminal operating company, and I like what you said, stop talking, meet me in the back room, we will set up a company, we can start a terminal operating company that makes Africans own the terminal operations, because guess what? If your ships can't predict the cost at the terminal, you have a risk, because you're not controlling that. Even in our little Caribbean, we have situations where our ports are so unpredictable because of high cost that we can't predict the outcome either. So getting that piece right means that if we do have an African-owned entity which operates ports, and you're coming to us, the smaller pieces, you have a home that welcomes you to say, let's expand it because that's us, we can do it. So there's a big piece missing. That infrastructural piece on the carriers and the terminals is something that you are not going to be given, because wars were fought on the seas to control the seas. We're not going to fight wars with guns, but we can collectively amass ourselves to economically become a big enough force that we can fight economically to deliver goods to the entire world.
Telemaque's presentation at the AfriCaribbean Trade and Investment Forum serves as a powerful reminder of the critical role Caribbean ports play in fostering economic growth and enhancing trade relationships. His call to action for revitalizing these vital infrastructures resonates strongly within the context of improving connections between the Caribbean and Africa. By prioritizing investment in our ports, we can unlock their potential as economic powerhouses, ultimately benefiting the region as a whole. This has been a production of Antigua.news. I am Charmaine Big Charles.
When evening falls and shadows play, we flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives, a steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse